Say, bro, the only reason we got all these fine video and put it on this thing, like those old school guys. So the reasoning for.
And we're back. Slap beats with my dog, Uncle Slim. Check him out every day. Real Talk with Uncle Slim. And every Thursday at Storytime with Uncle Slim, man. Get them real stories and that real talking in life on all platforms, baby. And if you need anything audio-visual, hit our Premium Plus recordings.
In-house.
And we got you.
In-house.
Oh, yeah. How you feeling, bro?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. I want to take a pause for the cause and introduce a new member of the team, the lovely Miss Angel. She going to be our fact checker. She going to keep us straight. You know what I'm saying, as far as some of the things we talk about on this podcast. So, Angel, could you please just introduce yourself to the people?
For sure. I'm excited to be joining the show with Uncle Slim and Slap Beats. I'm a low country girl right here from Low Country, South Carolina. I ain't gonna get too deep with them, but I'm right here from the low country. And my name is Angel, but I go by Avesta. And it simply just means spitting wisdom and knowledge. And so that's what I'm coming to add to the team. I'm excited to join into the conversation, but I like to be behind the scenes. So all y'all gonna do is hear my voice for now.
Well, welcome.
Welcome.
Glad you're here.
Yes, thank you.
Because they said we need somebody to keep us.
Yeah.
So,
but you go ahead. You go ahead, man. You go ahead and start off. I know you had this on your mind. You want to talk about.
My name is Doug Seavey. I live at 3392 64th Street, Palo, Iowa. I've called the mayor and suggested that I get put on some kind of a committee because I'm Palo's resident expert. I build data centers. I own data centers. I built the first private data center in the state of Iowa, and everything that Google is telling you is BS. I have a data center right now that's running in Hiawatha, and I have been there 14 years and have never used 1 gallon of water. What Google isn't telling you is they don't want to use the technology because it costs more. They're going to burn through the water, and when it's done, and they don't care. Then they'll put the money in. And so I can guarantee you, if you guys want to start a committee, I'll volunteer because I'm the expert. I build them. I'm working on one right now. I'm working on one in Milwaukee. I live here, and if I told you on the phone, I called you and talked to you, and I said, you should really let me help you. I never heard anything back. And I warned you. I said, my well goes dry. I'm coming after you because I know what's going on. And you can't do this. You guys have to say no water. They don't have to have it. I mean, to give you an idea, you people, how many people in here have heard of Unity Point Health? Okay, all right. I have 100% of their IT in my data center, and I've never used a gallon of water. And I'm the most efficient data center in the world. So this is all crap.
So, like I said, been hearing about it all year. Well, been hearing about it, more than all year, but it's hitting home now because it's hitting home now. You know what I mean? It's literally hitting home now. So the thing I'm talking about is are these data centers, man. Google and other big companies, and I mean, plus we know that that's what's ruling the world. You know what I mean? And plus it's inevitable that it's going that way. You know what I mean? But the thing is, for me, they're gonna make all this money, but always, and I know in business you gotta be cost effective, right. But when it's hurting the people,
right,
that's when there's a problem for me. Because we businessmen, so we understand cost effectiveness and how big that is to a business. But I mean, what's cost effective to Google? When you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
And we're being real here, you know what I mean? And what I'm getting at is all the water that these data centers have to consume to cool down these servers. You know what I mean? Small towns, small rural areas, you know what I mean? Just killing their water supply. I heard it takes 5 million gallons of water per day to cool some of these places down. Then I just found out not only above ground, they got them under the water now too. So
Right.
it's like, where we going with this, man? So I mean, just screw the people, which we know has always been like that, unfortunately, in the world we live in. It's always been like that, but when do the people have a voice?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Right.
we we get it. It's inevitable. We're going to do it regardless. We get that. But I'm pretty sure there's other ways and that, you can find to cool these things down.
Right.
Man. You know what I mean? Technology is so advanced now.
Right.
But like they said, it's more cost effective to go with the water route. But once you suck up all the water, then what you gonna do?
Well, honestly, like the sister said, they're targeting our neighborhoods first with this stuff. You know what I'm saying? We just was talking about this before.
Yeah, that's the topic. Right?
And most of these companies, what they do like how I was saying, what they'll do is these companies are going to it, especially this big corporation.
Yeah.
They'll go into it knowing they're damaging people.
Right.
They know they
Cancer Alley.
Right.
You know what I mean?
If you could go back years ago with the cigarettes.
Right. Yeah.
I'm saying, so they get all into it, and like I was telling them before we even started, my lady, she does, it's called mesothelioma. And a lot of these companies, what they do is when they go into it, they know that they're sucking up the resources. They know that later on down the line, 10, 20 years ago, 10, 20 years down the line, they're going to have to deal with a lawsuit. But because they made so much billions of dollars,
Right.
that's peanuts to them. Right. They'll gladly pay out. But let me tell you how far it goes with this stuff. Even what you're saying, the data centers, they'll come in. Because if you remember, I remember some years ago, this happened with a lot of, you had factories that was dumping toxic waste in a lot of local.
Yep.
What they do is they do this stuff, but they know on the back end they just pay a fine.
Yeah,
but not only that, Slap. This is the gangster part of it. The gangster part of it is this: some of them will pay the fine, and some of them will say, you know what? We don't want to pay nothing. We file bankruptcy. So what my lady does with mesothelioma, it's a certain amount of time. You have people that handles these cases, but it's a certain amount of time for they have to get all the clients their money before these companies say, you know what? We just gonna file chapter 13, chapter 11, whatever it is, and we don't have to pay anything.
Right.
That's the game a lot of these corporations been playing for years. This is not new.
Right.
This is a surprise to me
Right.
because like you were saying, I didn't know. And the sister was saying too, I didn't know the data centers, it doesn't make sense to me. It's greed.
Because you old school.
No, it ain't the old school. It's just greed.
Right. No,
think about it. If I can think of a way to do it without sucking up the resources, but that's
that angle,
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, definitely.
I'm being lazy and I'm saying screw these people because so there should be something. We've been dealing with this for years. It needs to be some kind of legislation to get these people to either be punished for what they're doing or something to deter them from what they're doing because this is not new. This is the latest thing. This is just the latest thing.
Take their ass to Montana. You get what I'm saying? There's plenty land out that way.
But after a while,
But the Great Plains or the Great,
But okay, again, I'm on the back end of this. I don't know. I'm listening to y'all with this. Okay, even with Montana, it seems like say Montana give them 5 to 10 years. After that, they suck all the resources out there. They going someplace else.
But like
so it has to be,
bro. Like you say, they gonna upgrade.
Right. So
now they gonna pay the extra money to get
after they're
years, it'll be the price of the water. You get what I'm saying?
So it has to be some kind of legislation. It has to be somebody to fight to nip this in the bud right now.
For real,
because it's gonna, you know what I'm saying?
It's affecting our people.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's my whole concern.
I know who are in these rural areas,
right?
Man, for the most part, bro. We know, brother. Come on, man. This thing said. What did they say?
Data centers.
I'm jumping real quick because Slim, you said something that made me think about something that many of our people don't know about, and it's Superfund sites. And so Superfund sites are sites of contamination that were contaminated typically by some company, oil company, or some kind of manufacturing company that has come into disproportionately Black communities.
Right.
And so actually in 1980, the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, created the Federal Environmental Response, Compensation, and Liability Act of 1980. And essentially that holds the companies liable for cleaning up the waste. Now, here's the thing that kick it. As of 2025, there was 1,300 Superfund sites in the U.S. There is still 10 active Superfund sites in South Carolina, with 4 of them being in this Charleston area. And so they don't have to clean it up immediately. You have some of these people that get 40 years to clean up the waste that are in Black communities, but they become a Superfund site because they find out and realize after people start getting sick that it's hazardous to humans.
Right.
So that's what qualifies it as Superfund site. So that's what I'm feeling like these data centers eventually they're going to be on that list.
That's a lot of radiation over there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly. It is
So
cancer
we
causing.
know what
Right.
it is, man.
Yeah.
That's why, and like bro said, it ain't nothing we can do about it. You know what I mean? It's Google. Big corporation. That's who run the government. That's who run the world. We know that.
Well,
You know what I
They
mean?
got to be honest though. because
Yeah. We just got to keep
Google-
holding their foot to the fire, really.
Google, Microsoft, all of these big corporations that are bringing these data centers, they all have these clean energy sustainability
Right.
statements
Right.
that they say we're going to be 100% sustainable.
Right.
And then they're being called out on it now because they're not living up to that. And so if you're going to come and you want to bring these data centers, you need to bring your own clean energy.
Right.
Don't suck up the energy from the people.
Exactly.
Because when they suck up all the water, what's going to happen is you're about to see water bills increasing, right? You're about to see your water start going a little bit slower. You know how in the country sometimes you cut
Right.
both of them things on
Right.
barely
They're just
streaming.
trickling, right,
That's
right.
what you're going to start experiencing as they are sucking up this water while your bill going up and Dominion Energy in your face talking about they don't know it's the power grid. So
Man, it's a lose-lose with this thing here, man.
But it's corporations, and again, we've seen this stuff with corporations so many times in the past. Oil,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Oil, yeah.
But they'll come on the back end. Now she just was talking about,
big to feel.
but she was talking about sludge.
Yeah.
Okay, even with that, even with the cleanup, think about it. The damage has already been done.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It has to be something in place to deter them before that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's the only way, because these companies, I'm telling you, these companies have slush funds for them kind of things. It's like we regular people, we working people, so we look at that, they got them for $1 billion. That's good for them. But that company done made $100 billion.
Exactly.
See what I'm saying? So that's
Exactly.
peanuts to them.
Exactly.
You know, so it has to be something in place to deter them from it. And let me say this last thing, and we can move on if you want. The best deterrent, now my brother from another mother in here, and I know he don't want to speak, okay? But I feel like the best deterrent for a lot of these people in which we hadn't been seeing, like I told you last time, is jail.
Yeah.
We don't see nobody going to
no.
jail.
Nobody goes to
jail. And in 2026,
goes to jail,
in 2026, it literally seems like people can come out here, Dr. Fauci, I'm talking about last time. It literally seems like, and it's just a feeling I have, it feels like people can just come out and say, hey man, you remember y'all heard about them 500 people that got killed in that bomb yesterday? It was me. And they do it because they, it's not gonna happen.
gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
That's crazy.
I ain't see nobody going to jail. I don't even see people going to court, bruh.
Man, listen.
This is what I'm not seeing. So this is just another, again, I'm saying the same thing with these big corporations. This is going to be a thing 10, 20 years from now. We still going to be talking about the same thing. And they did what they wanted to do. They damaged the community. They paid a few dollars to some corrupt councilman.
Right.
And it all goes away and nobody goes to jail. Again, what's it, Detroit and Michigan, the water, the lead, and that's still, look how long that's been going on. Flint,
Yeah, they still have.
you know what I'm saying? That's still going on. So that tells you,
I remember something about Alabama back in the day.
yeah,
Had a water issue.
same thing.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
these things don't change, bro. You know,
man,
we
just keep pushing, putting light on it, man, and just, I mean, like I'm saying, it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. Man.
But you,
We'll be
but
right
I
there.
agree with this. I agree with what me was talking about last time. I agree with this though.
What's that?
If you don't say anything about it,
Right.
nothing's going to
Nothing's
get
going to get
done.
done, right.
You have to, even with the Nolan, I'm a brief second, with the Nolan Wells case, I don't,
They actually got a live press
about
conference
that?
going on right now.
and again, I'm saying the same thing. My whole thing with the Nolan Wells thing is really bringing awareness to parents, saying how parents need to talk to their kids like how they used to talk when about dealing with the police and stuff. I don't get into the spec because there's a lot of things being said about this case.
You know
what I'm saying?
you
So
that, so
I wait for all that, but at the bottom line, at the end of the day, this is my message. Parents, you need to start talking to your kids. Whereabouts, all that, you know, just talk to your kids, man, and that's what's not going on. But as far as that's concerned, you know, as far as the Nolan Wales.
Yeah, man, we can end it right there, man, and move on to the next thing. But I mean, hey, just keep bringing light to it, man, and just check on your people in the rural areas, man.
Next thing is the. Remember, I just brought up Nolan Wales. And if you remember one of the last episodes, not the one, but prior to that, I said, you know, the reason why a lot of black folks tripping on because it's Mississippi. Okay. Now, I'm just speaking on this one. Two happened, but I'm gonna speak on this one. In Mississippi, 29-year-old black woman was found hung.
Was it Tasia?
Her name was Tasia. I got it right here.
Tasia.
Her name is Tasia Fortune.
Fortune, I know it's something like that.
She 29 years old. She was found hanging in a tree out behind an abandoned building. Now, there was another case also, but the reason why I'm speaking on this case right here and why it bothers me so much is because it's Mississippi. Okay, and like we said, we talk about how Mississippi get down.
I mean,
and in this case right here, Slap, this is the part that get me. They ruled it as a suicide, but Slap, this girl, this young lady was hung so far up in the tree that the fire department had to come and get her out with a ladder. So now you tell me how you commit
suicide. How do those ladders go?
I don't know how, but they go pretty high.
At least like over 20 foot in it?
How you commit suicide.
So fuck climbing.
Okay.
So is she a fucking,
okay.
I ain't even gonna say that word.
All right.
Is she a fucking cheater or some shit to be goddamn?
But see, let me tell you what I found out. I just found out because, again, I was going to make a list, which I still am. I'm going to make a list of all these hangings that was going on. Even truck drivers are getting found hung, too. Again, it's Mississippi, but you have to understand how far and how deep it goes with Mississippi. This is, let me tell you.
We know a little more because we're from the South.
But we
understand that it's deeper down there, though.
But the Nolan Wales case, somebody said this in that case, and this proves that. They said that this happens in Mississippi more than you know.
Right.
This is the one that just, right.
And,
but
somebody said something that, and it makes sense, bro. You can't get away with this stuff if not everyone is not involved.
True, but let me say this too.
From the top on down.
But I'm glad you said that because that's a point. And again, my brother from another mother can probably verify what I'm saying. All right. They said that the reason why they ruled this as a suicide, and again, you can tell me if I'm right or wrong. They said they ruled it as suicide because they have killer investigation. Okay. See. So now you have to look at the medical examiner. Matter of fact, I think it was in the Nolan Wales case. I bring that up. Didn't they say the Nolan? She's had a few cases where she said it was
more than a few cases.
See,
a white lady actually brought her whole history up, and she's got many cases like this.
No investigation if it's a suicide.
But man, listen. Think here now. We just talked about data centers.
Right.
How much cameras did I put up over the world? Just since 2010.
All right.
Since 2015, how much cameras have we put up since?
All right.
Come on, bro.
Right.
They check a girl, caught a girl going to have a what they call an abortion.
Right.
From state to state through cameras.
Yes.
Caught another dude recently going to North Carolina to purchase THCA.
Okay.
Track them all the way back to his house.
Okay.
But you can't tell me you can't track somebody hanging a girl.
Right.
Oh, you need a forklift to get her that fucking house.
Hold on. And let me tell you this too. This is the part you didn't hear. You can look this up. Her body was up there for like 3 or 4 days.
Oh, yeah, because who the fuck looking that high?
Her body, think about it. So how did I hang? I don't want to live no more. And let's be honest. Let's just fuck all this. Let's be totally honest. I'm sorry.
Get your shit off,
but
man.
let's be real. Let's be real. How many black people you know? I'm gonna say just in America.
Right.
How many black people you know say, you know what? I don't want to live no more, so I'ma hang myself.
Knowing the trauma. Come on.
And we slap again. Slap.
Mississippi has the least
Slap.
campus in the state.
Okay.
Of course,
But hold on.
You're right.
But hold on. I'm my brother from another mother. How many cases have you heard of black people hanging themselves, man?
Very few.
Very few.
Very few.
Think about it. We don't do that.
You really gotta be. Only time I've ever heard it. You know, the only time I've heard of that, and it's with black men. Most times, they can't see the kids. Stressed out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, it's just like that's the only time I really ever heard.
Okay.
I know like a couple people like 2 people that did it, and that was the reason.
Okay.
Stressed out, not being able to see the kids.
Got you.
You're not gonna hang yourself if you always, climb trees and stuff when you was a kid.
That's what I'm saying.
See? You see what he said? And think about this, what you saying. The few times this may have happened, you can walk into the scene and see it. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, my man, because it's right there, everything right there.
Right there,
Come on,
right.
when you all the way up in the tree where somebody don't see you for 3-4 days and they gotta bring a whole, listen,
on, huh?
if y'all ever been in front of if you ever been in front of a fire truck in your life, and you standing right next to a fire truck, a fire truck already sits high as it is. You know what I'm saying?
Just to
Now-
get to the ladder, you
Now
gotta
think
climb.
about, thank you.
Come on,
Now think
man.
about the ladder.
Yeah.
So you gotta explain to me how a medical examiner know all this going into it and say, you know what, man, it's suicide. You gotta explain that to me. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm gonna explain it like this. It's Mississippi.
Okay.
Oh, and of course.
Yeah.
of course. And man, bro, we know the KKK still out here.
Okay.
Shit.
No, all
You
right.
know what I'm saying? We know they still out here. And Mississippi, was that the birthplace or was it Georgia or something like that?
Birthplace of the Mississippi. I mean, I'm sorry. If I'm not
What was it
mistaken,
down here?
no, it was. Okay, hold on. My brother from another mother. Remember when y'all was going after that dude who shot up the shirt downtown?
Yeah.
Where was he going? It was some Shelby, North Carolina, I believe.
North Carolina. I know it's somewhere close.
Now, I don't know if that's the home. It started in Tennessee, but I believe that's the home or the chapter of in this area,
Okay.
Shelby, South Carolina. But it started in Tennessee.
Yeah, it started in
It
Pulaski,
started in
Tennessee.
Tennessee? Okay. But come on.
Right, like a couple years after emancipation.
Ooh. Okay. You can go on and get them. You can get them. Right.
I mean, but this shit baffles me,
Right.
man, because it's just a repeated cycle.
It
you
is.
know what I'm saying? We see you, but this is my thing. And this is why you keep telling them. We're not trying to tell y'all what to do. But don't go outside by yourself at night.
Don't.
Man. This shit too dangerous, woman. Like, it's just
Times and changed. It ain't the
men,
same.
It's kind of dangerous.
Right.
But we gonna talk that, you know what I'm saying? But
Since you said that, hold on, I mean to cut you off. Since you said that, she can look this up too. In Mississippi, don't you know they found a bunch of bodies, black bodies behind a police station? In Mississippi.
no, damn.
But okay, if you
That's
remember,
what I'm saying.
but if you remember,
bruh.
but I think it was last episode before that I said that the reason why blacks in America tripping about this thing because it's Mississippi,
Yeah.
Alabama. We know the history of
know the
these
history,
places,
man.
You know what I'm saying?
It ain't good history.
It's not. It's
Yeah,
not a
the
good
world
on
should-
history.
The world should know the history. Like you said, Mississippi burning.
Come on, man.
What's your boy name? Damn, he just passed. Bullsman. Marshall.
Yeah.
Remember we coming out the
Yeah.
we get ready to get on the train? Caught him with the, you get what I'm saying? And so we noticed that. And then when you see these people, how they look.
Yeah.
IQ of a goddamn.
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now-
we the dumb ones.
Now, Slap, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna touch that. Cause that's a whole episode by itself.
I know. I just
Talking
had-
about the
We're
evolution.
just talking about Mississippi.
people-
That's what we-
Hey,
that's a little part of Mississippi.
Right.
Not a little part.
Right.
That's a part of Mississippi.
But we can go to Virginia.
Yeah.
We can go up in the
Hey,
mountains.
But this brings
Hills
hey,
have eyes.
Hey, I gotta have a little comedic sense right now, because that brings me back to our favorite scene in Django. Who made these
got the
fucking
man.
Hey, whoever wrote that scene,
Criticize.
Because to make light of that situation,
right.
you can't really do that too much. But that's
It was.
I ain't gonna lie.
Don't say, don't ask me of mine for nothing.
I ain't even mine for nothing.
That was funny. That was hilarious.
I don't say is they always afraid of us, but
Right.
what do we do to y'all?
That's
y'all
what
be
I'm
afraid of us?
saying.
Now, Slap, going off of what he just said. I said this, and when I said, think about it, bro. Especially Black Americans, we don't bother nobody.
Right.
It's like not only. Let me tell you this. Let me say this real fast. Not only the fact that we don't bother nobody, right? We don't have the power to mess anybody up.
Yeah.
So it kills me. Like I told you before, it kills me.
And we exercise it the right way.
Okay, I'm gonna say this.
Exercise.
Okay, now,
we don't exercise.
now, okay, you absolutely right.
Right.
You absolutely right. But I mean, as far as okay, I give an example.
But I feel you as far as
Right.
You know that to play their
Right.
game, we can't.
I'm gonna use the term. I'm gonna use simple terms. I'm gonna use racism and prejudice.
Right.
Okay. Now, black folks, we can be prejudiced, but we can't be racist.
Right.
Okay. Because if I'm a racist, that means I have the power to tell you can't live here,
Yeah.
you can't work here, you can't do this, you can't spend your money
Right.
here. If I'm just, you know,
And break that down for them, because they think a lot of people think it's just a black and white thing.
Well,
when it comes to racism,
you got-
the real root of it.
Okay.
is deeper, like you said.
but you got to understand, racism, the concept of racism came from white folk.
Right.
I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, to make everybody into this caste system that, you know, we supposed to be at the bottom or whatever. But at the same time, I'm going to go to prejudice right now.
Right.
Prejudice, when you prejudice, you don't have no power. The only thing I can say is I can call you some bad names,
Yeah.
but I can't interrupt your life in any kind of way. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference between them and us.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So a lot of us now, we come into that realization because, let me say why. You had a lot of people, and that's why I always talk about sometime with the politics and stuff like that. You had a lot of us. I'll give you an example of what I mean. Say you come home from work, right? You turn the TV on, and most people do this. They turn the TV on, and whatever they say on the TV, that what goes. You know, wherever they say Trump did or wherever Biden did, whoever, they go with that. And they'll go back to work the next day, water cooler talk.
Oh, cooler, yeah.
And they'll just
talk, yeah.
regurgitate the stuff they heard. Instead of hearing something on TV, some people like me, they'll hear something on TV and then they'll go do some studying on it.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Most people, but they'll just do that. Now it's coming to the time where you got, like I told you before, this happened during the Ukraine war when you had all these people coming in, right? So what happened is we had to we got a lot of black Africans, black Caribbeans coming in. We had to re-identify ourselves. This is what the whole FBA thing came in because let's be honest, people don't think about what I'm about to say. Right now, I'm gonna just use two people. Elon Musk. Elon Musk is the Tesla guy, right?
Yeah.
And there's an actress, she's an actress named Charlene Theron.
Charlize
Okay.
Theron, yeah.
Don't you know right now, these two people that I just named are technically, when they come to the Americas, they're African American. Am I right or wrong?
Because they're South African.
So now, what happens when that's what I'm saying, we had to, as time went on, throughout history, we had to change our names. Now we got a lot of African Caribbeans coming in saying they're African Americans and Black Americans. So this is where the term foundational Americans come in at, because we have to separate ourselves from all this stuff coming in. And not only that, these are not friendly people coming in. These are hostile people coming in. I respect all the people that's on their mainline land still fighting.
For sure.
But they got to understand the people that y'all sending over here, your Myron Gaines and your people like that, they're not
And most times
for us
they're
at all.
outcast, and you know what I'm saying? They just get over here. It's America, and everybody.
But this is the thing, though. This is the thing, Slap. Over here, Black Americans, we will tell you who our coons are.
Yeah.
We'll actually tell you that.
Check out people.
We'll check them. Now, them, and that's all we ask is like, what did I say in one of the last broadcasts? I said this. I said, listen, 2 years prior to all this FBA stuff going on, Black Americans were saying, hey, check your people. They're being disrespectful. Right. And when we start to go in now, it's going to be some shrapnel.
Yeah.
They didn't pay no attention to that. Now this is where we at. This is the first time in American history that I can remember that I know that Black people in this country didn't stand up and fight for other Black people.
Right.
Everybody else got to hold their own nuts.
Yeah, I
mean, look what's going on. They're getting kicked out left and right.
Yeah.
They're getting kicked. 350,000. Listen, you can't tell me that white folks didn't sit there and say, wait, they ain't gonna fight for them? No, well, let's kick out as much as we can. 350,000 and only 6,000 Syrians? Now let me say this last thing and I'm gonna let you have it. I hope I got it. Okay, so I'm gonna just talk about the Syrians.
Hold on. Stop.
I'm gonna take you back in time a little bit. Okay, a lot of y'all might remember this. When Obama was the president, Russia had took over a country called Crimea. They displaced, I don't know the exact number, but it was like a lot of Syrians.
Right.
Okay. See, because everybody focus on this Nigerian and all this the Haitian stuff or whatever. We got to deal with all of it. Well, a lot of countries around the world were saying they were taking a certain amount of Syrians in. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, Obama made an announcement and said that he was going to bring in 100,000 Syrians. These white folks lost their minds. They wasn't having it. Okay, so you know what Obama did? Obama, this is the same year of the Super Bowl. I'm gonna get timestamp it. This is the same year of the Super Bowl where Beast Mode was on the 2-yard line with the Patriots.
Seahawks.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was okay. So it was the Seahawks. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. He waited for the Super Bowl and he smuggled in a bunch of Syrians in this country. Okay, that's the reason why the Haitians are not the only ones getting care of the
So
Syrians.
that's why they ain't let Beast Mode around. They need that in the city. They put the fuck shit out. See, that makes sense now.
But this is,
It all makes
but to
sense
show
now.
you how far this goes back, I'm just saying it goes back that far. These people pretty much do what they want to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But this is why I go back to the Nolan Wales case. Keep bringing light.
No,
to
we
it.
got to,
You
bro.
got to shining a light on it because again, if you don't shine a light on it, bro, it's just going to go away.
Man, I'm gonna put it to you like this, man. Everybody's trying to make the FBA thing a bad thing, bro.
It's not. It's just
not-
about.
But recent.
It's linear. No, hold on. It's two parts. Let me say this about it. Okay. Actually, it's pretty much a done deal because all these people whining and complaining, the government sending them back home. Y'all can complain all y'all want. It's up and stop. That's just what it is. FBA is a lineage. Okay, what people upset about right now is called the delineation movement. And all the delineation movement is, okay, we peep stuff. We see stuff and we see who's on our corner.
Liberation. They're
Right.
tired of the bullshit.
We circled our wagons
Delineating.
and we seen that there's people out there that's not for us. What's the
That's
term?
all it really is.
All skin folk ain't kinfolk.
Yeah.
And we seen that now. And it's not a big deal. Again, I'm saying the same thing. People talking about divisive, people talking about the diaspora war, whatever the crap is. How much black Americans have we killed? Only thing we saying is, bruh, we just gonna stand out since y'all say y'all work
just
so
watch
hard.
the movie.
Y'all
That's all.
better than us and all this and that. We all these insults, dirty black Americans, and I'm not even gonna go into the insults all these people got for us. They have more doggone insults for us in crazy terms than white supremacists. So it's like only thing what happened this time was black Americans were like, you know what? Okay, do what you do. Let's see. Show us how it's done. 99% of them don't want to go back to Haiti. They prefer, listen to me. 99% of them don't want to go back to Haiti. They prefer to wear the ankle monitor.
Bruh.
My brother from another mother, ankle monitor over here. When you see somebody ankle monitor, what run in your mind?
They do probation.
Okay, because they what?
Criminal?
Okay, so now I'm just talking about me. I'm in another country. Hold on, oh, we gonna do it.
Go ahead, bro.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
I'm in another country.
Yeah.
The president of that country said, before he became president, he said as a candidate, if I get up in there, this is gonna be the biggest mass deportation this country has ever
did
seen.
say that.
He said that.
He did say that.
Then when he got in there, he said, you know what? I'm gonna let y'all I'm gonna give y'all a plane ticket to wherever y'all wanna go. Then after that, he said, you know what? I'm gonna give y'all $2,600 or $2,900 plus a free plane ticket to wherever you want to go. Matter of fact, if your country don't want to keep you, wherever country want to keep you, we'll send you there. And you'll be able to come back and register and be an American citizen. But if we have to send them boys out to get you, ICE to get you now, and we catch you, you ain't never coming back over here. Right? What they tell us? Oh, anything was to happen to us, we got another whole country to go to. Y'all ain't this and y'all ain't
Yeah,
that. And we
see, and that-
smarter than
that-
y'all and we got all these degrees and all that. So people simply saying, well, okay, well, just go back home and fix your stuff. They crying. 99% of them
You keep saying-
don't want to go back home.
Where we going at?
Because it ain't fixable over there.
Thank you.
They
Now,
got political unrest.
now think about it.
Yeah.
Think about
But they're so
Gang
much better than us.
Right.
They're so much educated
So
than us.
why
Why
did
can't you fix it?
Why didn't I do you one better? Okay, let me say this. Fuck it. Okay.
Get it off your chest.
Check this out.
Get it off
Bro,
your
check this
chest,
out. Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. I'm tired. At first, it started with the Mexicans. I'm sorry. This would start with the Mexicans. Well, you know, they got the cartels over. They got to deal with. We had to deal with the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah.
We ain't had nobody to run to. We had no. And
couldn't
furthermore,
run. We had to run, but we couldn't run.
Furthermore, where's all these African brothers that's supposed to come over here and help us save us? None of that. We got it out the mud. So now we saying, hey man, look here. We respecting what we did over here. We respecting the answers over here. Now all of a sudden it's divisive.
Yeah.
Kick rocks. We ain't playing that no more. Let me tell you something. What I know for a fact, because I told you about this when we first started this thing, it's up and it's stuck. Now everybody want to talk, but what they don't understand is for Black Americans, the talking part is over.
Over with. That's all it
It's
really is.
done.
We're tired of talking,
It's
bro.
up and it's stuck.
It's like I'm saying, like when we faced with all this disrespect, and what they say in the comments, oh, you got to show me these videos.
Okay.
The lady say, just open your phone.
Come on, bro.
They all over the place.
See,
bro.
when it comes to us, it always comes. This is the thing that get me too. When it comes to us, it's almost like, hey, wait, hold on now, hold on. Like, you ain't hear that? Yeah, we going in. You ain't hear that chick? What she said? You ain't hear what she's calling us a dirty Black American?
Yeah.
They don't never hear the
That was
insult.
wild.
But no,
That was wild.
That was the ultimate. That was
Yeah,
the one that went viral.
But that you go to show you how much, you know what I mean?
It's
Like,
the vitriol,
yeah,
bro.
bro. You know what I'm
But
saying?
think about it. Nobody pays attention to the insult. This is what I've been noticing personally.
Because everybody feel like
Nobody pays it. Let me tell you why. Because we didn't say nothing for years. We just let it go. We let it go on something. They black.
Well, I
we
put it like
ain't
that.
black to get. Listen. We black, but we ain't kin.
No, I put it like
we
this.
ain't kin.
It's the internet now. You get what I'm saying? But everything on the internet.
But you gotta understand too.
We used to say it in our backyards. And
But
shit
you
like
gotta understand too, Slap.
What?
You gotta understand, Slap too. You gotta understand one thing. Black Americans now are traveling.
Yeah.
And these other countries like Russia, they'll show it. They ain't have no problem showing it. You see what I'm saying? Now we seen the vitriol. It's like, bro, you know, my ancestors actually helped to get mostly all over here.
Yeah.
Now I have to tolerate. Black Americans shouldn't have to tolerate no disrespect from anybody.
Nobody, right.
I always say this. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna leave it alone. A lot of guys like to watch Sports Center, okay? On Sports Center, they like to put up people's stats. Now, this is what I want y'all to do.
I like
Let's
where
do
you're
the
going.
stats.
I like where you're going.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
I'm gonna put up the scoreboard.
Yeah,
That's
put the
fine.
scoreboard up.
Yeah.
Now, let's put up Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, Solon, Galagichi, if you want to go that far with it. Let's put up all the accomplishment. Let's put up all the African accomplishment.
Yeah.
Let's put up all the Caribbean accomplishment. And then you tell me who need who.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying, and I'm done
And
with
on that, we're gonna leave it right
That's
there.
right.
Because my dog preached a sermon just now.
I got one more thing to say.
You already know I got to be a
He's-
devil's
that's-
And
advocate.
now you go ahead and be a devil's
Always got to
advocate.
be a devil's advocate because I
Yeah.
agree. But I agree I believe there's a majority and a minority in all of this discourse. So you have some Haitians that are disrespectful, but you have some that are not. Just
True.
like you have white supremacists and white nationalists, and then you have white allies.
Agreed.
And so it's on both sides, you know, so I don't want to always lump everybody in with the few, like you said, that end up getting the visibility.
I
right,
agree.
and getting platformed. But I do agree that many folks, black and brown, have come into this country and have rolled on the backs of what our people fought for,
Right.
and have gotten even more assistance than we have gotten from the federal
That's a
government.
fact.
So that is problematic. So I'm with you on that. But I'm always going to believe that as a diaspora, it is going to take all of us for this global movement
I don't believe
for
that.
decolonization.
don't
Because
believe
I just want to let me hold
No, but go ahead, I'll
let me
let you
hold on
finish.
South
I'll let you
Africa.
finish.
Because South Africa wasn't always white. They didn't always have white people.
True.
That apartheid, that colonial mindset came in and they took black and indigenous land from those people
I'm glad
and
you said
gave
that.
it to white people.
They did.
And so they just are doing the same things to many different countries all across this globe. And so, you know, this is, I call it the separation of powers, because that's what the white man want to do.
Right.
They want to separate us and divide us
Got you.
so that they can conquer.
But
And-
I gotta push back on that.
Okay.
You have to, but you have to understand too. We are first world black people, American blacks, first world. Okay, we are the only blacks on the planet who don't want them in our business. All other races want them, and they want a proximity to whiteness. We the only ones saying we don't want them around us. That's a problem. So remember when I told you, I said, listen, if you ran from where you was at and you came over here, okay, and now we fighting these people like we did, okay, now we gets into it. You used to running.
Right.
So if I put my back to you, I know you got my back. But if I put my back to him, I say flip-flops just flopping around, because when things get hot, they're gone. They have no allegiance to us. You see what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
We are the spearhead. Black Americans, we're fighters. Everybody over here now because they up under us. When we was going through it with these white people, just like how you said earlier, we ain't had no place to go. Okay, you got nations out there. We supposed to be what, 13, 14, 15% of the, and we will fight. Right. Okay? You got nations out there, 80% to 20. Y'all supposed to have something laid out for us. Why we gotta have something laid out for you?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It don't match. And let me say the last thing. I'm gonna say this last thing. It doesn't take a whole bunch of people to get something done.
No.
I would much rather have 100 people that's solid, boots on the ground, ready to rock and roll, than 1,000 people I gotta guess about. Yeah. And that's what's going on now. And let me say this last thing too. I'm sorry. Let me say this last thing too, brother. You ever notice, again, this is the first time in my life that I haven't seen black people fight, put on for nobody. Right. It's almost like, okay, y'all got it. Everybody coming at us. It's like, bro, like I told you a few weeks ago, you had your president of the United States actually look in the camera and call these people, say, you come from asshole, I'm just fucking shithole countries. That's what he said. Mm-hmm. You had Megyn Kelly come on and say, go to F back the way you come from. Mm-hmm. No smoke for them people at all.
They came straight for FBA.
They came straight for us. So now we saying, well, we ain't doing this no more. We ain't doing it. And let me just say this one last time.
Hold on, let me say something, man.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead. I know. Hey, I told you how I go.
Because I'm going to forget. That's why I got it. But this the thing. And both of y'all got key points, right? The thing is, Angel, I want to say before, with your point, there are some good ones.
I agree.
But it's just like the women and the bees. They so close together, we don't know which one is which.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then they don't come to our defense. Nobody comes to our defense ever. So we don't know where y'all at. Even if y'all the good ones, y'all just sit back and be quiet.
Right.
Now, if somebody would have been like, hey, hold on, calm down. Because they did help us. If somebody say anything, a little something, we'd be more like, okay, all right, we can fuck with y'all because like we're caring people. We want to look out. We want to look out. We want y'all to be down. We want to be together.
But
it's just hard.
But Slap, you got to understand.
They are though. I want to say that. It may not be coming on your timeline, but I can give you a video right now where a Haitian content creator went down, on Haitian people in terms of letting them know exactly what Black Americans did for them to have the liberation that they have here. Mm-hmm. But I want to say on the flip side, too, we're going to take it back to the 18th century when we think about the slave revolts and the rebellions that took place in Charleston, South Carolina. Mm-hmm. They were inspired by the Haitian Revolution. Okay. So now that liberation, and that fight,
But you do know we was fighting before the Haitian Revolution now. So they ain't inspired. Okay, hold on. Since you said the Haitian...
But they inspired Nate.
Okay, they might have, but...
Mark Bessie.
But, hold on, but... By the Haitian, Haitian Revolution, I give you that, one hit wonder. What happened after? No, but wait a minute. What happened after? What happened to Dessalines? What happened to him? Okay, there you go. Chopped him up and murdered him. Okay, now, okay. No, hold on. Let me take you further. I'm gonna take you further with it. All right. Now, hold on.
I like this though.
But hold on. We will be talking history.
Yeah.
We talking history.
Let's go.
Okay. Now, when the Haitians did the Haitian Revolution, they forced Napoleon to sail. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, a lot of Haitians will say, well, that helped with America. But for Black Americans, that expanded slavery. Y'all ain't help us as much as you thought you did. And again, I started to do it here because of the thing I was telling you about the 500-year thing. I saved that. But we have so many revolutions, rebellions in this country. It's off the chain. It's crazy.
We got plenty of them.
Remember when I told you when we first started this thing, I said we fought. And I kept on bringing up things talking about how we fought.
All the rebellions at that time.
We put it. Let me just say this. First of all, let me get all this out the way. When you had the slave trade, right? You had the slave trade. At first, they thought it was 6% of slaves that came to the United States. Come to find out, it was only 4% that came over here. They did. We got this, the 1526, 26. That was the first official on paper time when we did a revolution, rebellion in this country, okay? They were
Against the Spaniards.
against the Spaniards, because the Spaniards brought them over here. They had a colony over here with 600 Africans in it, okay? This is very important. They had 600 Africans over there. The Africans rebelled, okay? And then blended in with the native population that was already here, because all us didn't come from Africa on no slave boat. A lot of us was already here. So all these people that be clown talking about Indians and stuff like that, that's a fact. A lot of us do have indigenous Indian.
Oh, for sure.
And again, 4% came over here, mixed it in with the indigenous people that was already here. That's where you got your ethnogenesis.
Right.
That's why we are the people we are now.
Right.
We have no connection. Everybody on the planet has a connection to Africa.
Right.
But it seems like when it comes to us, everybody wants to Africanize us. And you know why? Because we are the richest blacks on the planet. We are literally the richest blacks
Well, let's say $1 trillion
on the
oil,
planet.
bro?
Right now, if all us was to get together, just in the United States, we would be the 10th richest nation on the planet. Why you think all these African countries want us to come over there, spend money to come over here and see the pyramids? But a lot of y'all been complicit in slavery. So why? Why am I doing that? I would much rather, let me tell you something. This is the first time in my life, and I told you I would have moved, but let me say this. Let me sit down and let you have it.
I want to go with just Mandela.
But
straight from Mandela.
one Mandela, but they could have easily gotten him. But let me just say this. This is the first time in my life that I've seen, and I told you my family been in the movement. This is the first time in my life that I've seen Black Americans actually studied here instead of Africa.
Right.
They studied here, and they started to see they got indigenous bones in this place right here. And a lot of people mad about that because they can't latch on to it. That's all that's going on, bro.
We know it.
That's all that's going on. Now, you said Mandela. True, Mandela been the man. But at the same time, you know they had Mandela locked up on an island. They could have get him anytime they wanted.
You're right. You're right. No, you're right, though. You're right about that.
Come on now.
You're right about that.
Come on now. Now, let me say this. Equivalent to that, Afeni Shakur.
Finish the course.
All right. Hold on.
How about the other one, her sister?
Hold on. Let me just talk about this.
Go ahead.
We got her out of prison and got her out of the country.
I thought that was
Nobody can mess with us, bro.
I thought that was the other lady. Was that a female?
This is Tupac Shakur's aunt. She was down in Cuba.
Well, I thought a
We
female
got
was-
her
I
out
thought
of
a female
prison.
was his
We
mom.
broke her out.
Assata
Assata Shakur.
yeah,
Assata
Assata,
Shakur.
yeah, Assata.
Afida was the mom. My
Yeah, I
bad.
was about to say,
Assata
I know that was
Shakur.
the-
We broke her out of prison and sent her down to Cuba. You mean tell them boy couldn't get him off of Robben Island?
But that's the
80%,
That's the result.
80%, 20%. Y'all can go to Robben Island and get that man?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can say to us. As a matter of
But,
fact,
I mean, it was-
but hold on. Show me all the accolades we've been in this country. I talking about all the famous people, football players, basketball players, revolutionaries, all that. Show me the same thing in Africa.
Everybody.
Show me the same thing over there. For them to say we got everything from them. Show me the same thing over there.
Yeah.
No.
But we never said everything. There
if
are
you-
Africanisms that made its way here.
But we also have African genes. Some of us got white genes in us too.
Of course.
Why nobody don't talk about that? But I told him, we had an ethnogenesis here. We a whole nother group altogether. So you can't say we just, but put it like this. We are not continental Africans. If I go through anybody's phone in here right now, everybody who y'all know right now gonna be from here. You ain't got nobody. If I look through your phone right now, you got Ubuntu from Africa. And, okay, you might. Very rare. There's an exception to every rule. But it's 3-to-1 in here. So the ratio is 3-to-1.
Well, no,
okay.
2-to-2.
2-to-2. So you got, okay, but that's because you've been overseas and you work.
been overseas.
Okay, but let me just say this.
But that's
For the
real.
vast
That's real.
majority
That's
of
real.
Black
That's real.
Americans,
That's real.
we do not have.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
We just what do you call it? Well traveled.
What the problem is this. We are loving people. We are
No, for
forgiving
sure.
people. We are the most
For
spiritual
sure.
people on the planet, and we're forgiving.
Yeah, that's our base.
But what's going on now, and I told my lady this a couple of years ago. I said, what's going to happen is, what it is going on now, and sister, respect to the sister. But it's a new day, and you got to learn to read the room. Okay, being respectful. You have to learn to read the room. It's a new day. This is the first time in history that Black Americans stood up and said, you know, we ain't taking the disrespect no more. And not only that, we ain't talking bad about nobody. We ain't killing nobody. We simply saying, just hold your own nuts.
That be the thing.
They can't stand it. You know why? Because they're not used to fighting for themselves.
Yeah.
That's what's going on. None of these groups are used to fight. We've helped every group in this country.
Yeah.
Either be by marches, protesters, or finances. The Chinese restaurants down there, we've helped every group. We don't get, it's not reciprocal. Now we just tired of it. We ain't taking it no more. And like, listen, and I told my old lady, I said, listen, once we get tired of it, it's up and it's stuck. It ain't ever going back to, it's almost like trying to put toothpaste back inside the thing. It ain't happening. It's up and it's stuck. We have more pride in this country now than ever before, because we focus on what our ancestors did in this country. So it's up and it's stuck. If you ain't coming over here with respect, you're gonna get blasted. And if you don't believe me, ask Tasha K. And I'm done. Wait, but I got one more thing.
God damn.
I got one more thing.
Nice message.
I got one more thing. Hold on. I got one more thing. Last night, because I told you got people they on us.
Right.
Okay. Now, last night I started to talk about something else, but a young man, and I'm not going to say your name because out of respect that you told me not to say your name. Young man sent me something last night that some of y'all can relate to. It's a speech. Martin Luther King. I gotta get my pad.
Go ahead.
I gotta get my pad. Okay. It's a speech by Martin Luther King. Okay. The name of the speech. Okay. August 27, 1967, Chicago. Martin Luther King said a speech. The name of the speech was called, Jesus Called a Black Man, no, my bad. Jesus Called a Man a Fool. That's the name of the speech. Now, you don't have to listen to the whole speech. Got time stat for you. Okay, I'm gonna just say a couple of things. First of all, I encourage anybody to listen to this speech. First of all, I encourage anybody to listen to the speech. But at exactly 8 minutes and 43 seconds, this is what he said. He said, Black men made America wealthy. Some talk about separate state, going back to Africa. That's our ancestry and stuff like that. That's true. Well, everybody on the planet, even white people, could say they got ancestry. They come to thing. Okay, that's a fact. But, and this is words I quote. I don't know about you, but my grandfather and my great grandfather did too much for this nation for me to talk about going anywhere else. You can listen to it for yourself. Salute my Black Americans. Salute my foundational Black Americans. Because that's what they were saying.
I concur that this is our America.
That's right.
It was built on our back. But I feel like it's important to also uplift the fact that there are many of us who have that African ancestry.
And again, there are many of us who don't.
Who don't.
That's right.
So,
and this is what's going on. You have people, I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off, but I got to get this out. You have people that's trying, and this is the part that makes me so mad. Think about this for a second. You got somebody that come from a whole different country, come here where you've been born, raised, grandmama, granddaddy, and they gonna tell you what you are. That's not insulting to you. That wouldn't make you mad. So now with this part, now when we get upset about it and we start going in, this is what we get. Well, they don't know. They just uninformed. We ain't playing that game no more. That's done. That's dead. We ain't doing it. Either you gonna come with respect or not at all. Well, and this is the first, I say again, it's the first time in history Black Americans draw a line in the sand and say, no, you gonna respect us. You gonna respect our answer. Ain't gonna be no pretendians and all this and that. No. We have indigenous roots right here in this country. And y'all gonna respect that. If you don't wanna respect that, you gonna get what Tasha K just got.
But I think that's why there is such a focus in the work that I do. There's such a focus on tracing your roots and genealogy, and all of them have not come back to Africa. There are testing that has been done where that mitochondrial DNA, their mother's was a white woman. Or we know for many Black men, your father was a white man.
Could have been.
Because of, rape and things like that occurred during enslavement. But we cannot negate the fact that we have the documentation, how many slave voyages came to the Americas. They stopped through the Caribbean.
Okay.
And so we recognize that, and we cannot dilute the fact that enslaved Africans did come into this country mostly at our coastlines in South Carolina, Charleston, Savannah, even North Carolina,
Right.
as the slave trade began to expand more and more across this country. And so I think many of us as Black folks, when you have been told by white folks most of your life, as you said, go back to your country, you don't belong here. Many of us, when we were young, that type of stuff was being spewed even in classroom from child to child
True.
for what they were hearing at home. Then you want to feel like you have a home.
Right.
So I think that there is a balance. I'm not against what FBA is doing, but I think that it's important for us, if we're going to go that genealogy route, that indigenous route, is give people the opportunity to truly make the connections for themselves. Because again, I can trace on my father's side that we come from Jamaica. I give you the last name. If I did, you would know that.
Okay.
You know, you would know the last name. My grandmother, if we go back, her father's father was a white man from Europe that came here, and he married an indigenous woman in the same little town where we're still from, and she bore that last name. But my grandmother, though she always looked Indian, she ain't, and she said mama said something about it, but she never wanted to claim it.
Right.
But I'm the person, as I started digging on behalf of my family, and I encourage many people, if you want to find your
Yes.
roots, to trace that. It takes a lot of time because of the brick wall that was put up. So for Black people, where the brick wall of information, where we only can trace back so far. So I think if we do more education,
I agree.
give more folks an opportunity to trace back, then we can uplift everybody's lineage.
But let me tell you,
Come together. Unity is going to make this work.
Okay, I agree with you on the part. Okay, but let me say this. A few episodes back, I did, because of the FBA delineation movement, I traced my genealogy back. So far, like I told them, we back to 1821. No immigrants. Now, this country was formed in 76? Right? I'm still going back at 76. I'm still going back. We at 1821 now, and I'm still going back. No immigrants in my family at all, hands down, period. My grandmama and granddaddy were full-blooded Cherokee Indians, Black Indians. They've been here before the Red Indians, okay? And if you don't believe that, you can go look up Donald Trump. Donald Trump actually already kicked out a couple of Red Indians because the Red Indians are Siberians. See, these are the things we finding out now. You see what I'm saying? So when I hear these things, there's nothing wrong. And again, I keep saying the same thing over and over. Black Americans hadn't done anything to anybody. We've helped every race of people out here on the planet. Now we saying, you know what, the sheer disrespect, we just ain't having it. So therefore, everybody got to hold their own. You saying we can't fight? Let's see how you fight then. We tired of fighting for people. We tired. We've been fighting. Let's see what you can do. Our accolades on the wall. Let's see what you doing. You see? And that's the only thing. That's all. The people just standing up, bro. That's all it is, man. Right.
So now I got a question for you on that then. So then how do we help ourselves?
Okay, okay, again, I go back to the same thing. If you remember, I go back to the same thing. 2 years prior, you had Black Americans, but all over the internet saying, hey, brother, hey, sister, you need to check your people, because if we go in, we're not going to stop. This been going on. You want me to tell you what's funny? Now people want to talk when we saying, okay, what's on? I'm going to be real with you. I believe, and I told my wife this 2 years ago, they're going to keep on meeting immigrants. They're going to keep on pushing until these younger cats be like, you know what? We don't want to deal with them at all. And that's where we're at. This ain't going on. Now, the older people, they still might want to get together and do something. But I'm telling you, these young people, they're not having it because of the sheer disrespect that was coming from these people. And we dealt with it for a long, but like we've been a sponge. We sucked it up for a long time. We're like, okay, well, we Black, we let them go, man. I'll focus on these white people here. But it went so far to people like, you know what, man, F these people, man. And let me tell you when I noticed it. You remember when they had that storm in Jamaica?
Yeah.
You remember when they had that storm in Jamaica? Man, you had Jamaican family members was sending, they had this thing called barrels or something they were sending back to whatever. The people were so, they didn't like the barrels they were sending, but they were like, well, what that got to do with us? Every kind of gripe these people had, it comes to us. We just got to the point where it's like, you know what? You gonna respect us, or we just gonna go in on your ass. And now it's to the point where it's going in. They ignored the warning signs. I'm telling you. I'm not saying that it's not going to be possible, but I'm saying for years, plural. Let me just say this. I'm gonna show you how long this been going on. I'm gonna say something, and I guarantee a lot of black people in the comments gonna comment on this. You have black people that can remember up in New York when they couldn't get cabs. It wasn't white people that wasn't stopping for y'all.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's been Haitians, it's been Africans and Caribbeans that wasn't stopping for y'all. They got a dude in Hollywood, Lee Daniels. Y'all ever heard of Lee Daniels before?
Of course.
Now, no disrespect, Mr. Lee Daniels, if you're watching this, but Lee Daniels is a flaming gay guy, okay? Lee Daniels was waiting for a cab. No cab would pick him up in New York. This just happened, what I'm telling you. No cab would pick him up. Guy finally picked him up. It was an African or Caribbean guy that picked him up. I said, why you gonna pick me up, man? He said, because you look too aggressive. Again, Lee Daniels, no disrespect to you, Mr. Lee Daniels.
But that's that bullshit.
Exactly.
Like what I told you.
We just tired of playing the game with these people.
They can say anything to us, and we just so dumb enough to just go along with it.
It ain't happening no more, and that's my point.
Aggressive.
That's my point.
Also, I meant to say this. When they do come over here, who they fall up under.
Thank you.
Right? So, like you said, the key talking points they get from the folks.
So, right up, let me say that.
That's just, you
Okay.
can say about it. They're like, let me just say they're insults.
Okay, now, I give you one how they best interest hurt them.
Right.
We just been talking about Miami. Chef Creole. Yeah. Chef Creole only hires Haitians, which I have no problem with that. Okay,
Because I prefer if you're gonna cook my food, be from that country.
But hold on.
If I'm going to that spot,
But hold on,
feel me?
You can go to California right now and go to a black restaurant. It's Mexican's restaurant, so we hire others. Okay, all right. Chef Creole. Trump TPS expired. They expelling a lot of people that work for Trump. Chef Creole. Chef Creole said he probably gonna have to close down 2 stores. Now, this initially started because Chef Creole, one of his employees, a Mexican cat, not a black American, a Mexican cat got caught up with ICE.
Right.
And then that led to his spot and a lot of, okay. So that tells me too, you've been undercutting these people as far as payment and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? So why should I fight for you when you wouldn't even hire nobody from my, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna put it, because I hire people. I'm gonna put it to you like this.
We ain't fighting for these people no more, man.
I work in Johns Island, right? I had a fella come all the way from Jetberg type situation. Boy, walk in the room, saw it was a black dude. Oh yeah, man, that's too far of a ride for me. But you took the ride. You knew that was the long ride before you went on the interview. You could have called and tell me that. Another situation. Dog coming in, she was with me. I called him back. Hey, you heard? Oh, I'm good, man. They don't want to work for us no motherfucking way. None of them. And they feel like that's a step down to work for.
And let me tell you what they do, bro. My homeboy been in Vegas. He been working in Vegas. Let me tell you what they do. They hang with you and be all cool. Yeah, man, you know, Pan-African and all that, until they get their weight up. When they get their numbers up, they dish you. This is what they do. And anybody in here, you can attest to this. Go to a job and there's one foreigner there. Couple of years, you could be the only black one there. They done hire all their brothers and sisters to come. Yeah. So my point is this, there's nothing wrong with looking out for your people. The only thing is,
that's what we do.
But the problem is when we only look out for our people, it's a problem.
See, we always look out for everybody. That's the problem.
That's the problem. It ain't happening no more.
Listen, this shit real life for me right now.
It ain't happening no more.
I go and do that right now. I like, you know what? I got to stop looking out for y'all. Because they used to come to me. They boss won't give them no rings. When they come to, man, all at them boy for me. And I like a dumbass. Go up, they haul at them for them boy, they getting bread. You feel what I said?
But
ain't what the time for you. I just ask you to, hey, I'm going to cook, picture on the thing. Oh, I ain't got no money. Bitch, you don't pay no tax.
Boom.
You getting a $25 an hour.
More than you.
Fucking tax, bitch.
Who from here?
What the fuck is you talking about?
Who from here?
You ain't got no kids, and you live with your goddamn, your cousin.
Okay.
But you can't buy some hot dog and hamburger, but you always want me to come out of my...
All right.
Oh, see, that's that bullshit.
And see, there's a story. I'll tell you what. I tell you, my family been in the movement, so I done hear. There's a story. Muhammad Ali said the story. He was back home in Kentucky. He went down the street and said he done got his medal and all this from the Olympics and all this and that. He goes to a diner to get something to eat. They told him he couldn't come in there, right? These white people now, they told him he couldn't come up in there. So he said, wait a minute, I see some brothers right there at the counter. They African, you Negro. I said, oh, so y'all do know the difference. Y'all do know the difference. You're African, you Negro. And this is a famous story that Muhammad Ali told. You can look this up yourself. So these people way back then already knew who it was. Like I said, if you listen to Martin Luther King's speech, he says it in the speech. These people know who we are.
Listen,
They know who we are.
You're in it right there, because I want to piggyback off that. They know who we are. That's why they fight us so hard.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying?
And they know they owe us.
Exactly.
That's
they know
right.
exactly.
Now-
they know they owe us, and they know what we would do if they leave us alone. That's why they got to come bomb us.
hold on.
Like the lady said, we don't like to see y'all happy.
Thank you. You said you saw
We
that.
don't like, and that's a white lady saying.
That's right.
We don't like that y'all don't need us. We don't like that y'all don't come to us. Bruh, he said, he saw it firsthand.
Yeah.
How they treat, we go to the black neighborhood,
Right.
we suited and booted.
Right.
We go to their neighborhood, y'all just tone it down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just tone it. That's an officer.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
That he talking about my brother from another mother.
Come on, man.
That's yeah.
crazy, but we live like that, man. We can go on about that shit all the way.
But I want to go back to you. A lot of this goes back to what you talked about the caste system,
Right.
which did not originate in America. It didn't originate here in the U.S.
Correct. That's fact.
That is colonial.
They
Right.
did that. That's this. They do bring that stuff.
That's
over.
correct.
So it's all about that proximity to whiteness, and whiteness equates to survival.
Right.
Now, when we show up in the room, I'm looking at both of y'all right now, and y'all looking at me. We black as fuck.
Right.
It is no way to get around that.
Right.
Well, even when I go back to enslavement, and even during desegregation, even during emancipation, you had those folks that if they could pass, they were going to pass.
Right.
So what the Hispanics are doing, it's about proximity to whiteness.
Right.
If they can pass,
Yeah.
they're going to pass.
Right.
With folks like the Haitians and Africans that are coming over because they were not directly involved in what we are owed in reparation, they get a pass because they've been indoctrinated to believe something totally different about us as African Americans, Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, whatever we're going to call ourselves. So they get a pass because they drunk the Kool-Aid. Now, all of them didn't drink it. Some of them did. But I have been in situations, and I work for a Fortune 500 accounting firm, one of the top 4 accounting firms, all white people, brown hair, blue eyes. And they were supremely racist.
Right.
There were not a lot of other black people in the room with me, but I could hold my own.
Right.
But who was in the room with me, and who I will say, I ain't gonna call her name, but she put me under her wing, African, Nigerian. Bright woman, but she was the only other black person on the team, and she literally took me under her wing.
That's
and gave
rare.
me,
That's rare.
game.
And y'all needed each other.
And we needed each other.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, and it's like I said, we all got people like you told me, but we all got people we can say from other races that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That we can be like, hey, look here, bro, look here. If some shit go down, I'll
Right.
call you, we can get you.
And see, that's
but
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
ain't
Go
a
ahead.
lot of them though.
But see, that's the point.
But
That's
that mindset of that proximity to whiteness,
Right.
trying to survive,
Right,
and
and
feel like
that's-
I got
right,
to do
right,
what
right,
the white man's
right.
But and see, you got to understand too. For us, we don't have that kind of time to figure your shit out, my nigga.
Yeah.
I mean, that's on you.
'Cause that's
But look,
dangerous for us.
we don't have time for you to get your mind right, man.
Right, yeah.
We really
That's
don't.
too dangerous
You
for
talking
us.
about proximity to whiteness? Wait, okay. Black Americans, anybody, Black American, most of us, I ain't gonna say all, most of us don't want to be around. We want white people out of our business.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, hold on, hear me out.
It's up.
Years and years ago, we had a bunch of Black Wall Streets around here, right? But the one y'all know is the one in Oklahoma, okay? And the one in Oklahoma, you know how that started? That was white people saying, man, look here, why don't y'all just going out there to the Indian territory? We ain't want nothing to do with y'all. A few years later, looking like, what, them dudes driving Rolls Royces? We can't have that. The government, they got together with the government, fly and bombed us. This never happened before. This actually happened again or two, I think in 80 something in Philadelphia. They dropped the bomb. So you tell, this is what I'm saying, all that history we got. And at the same time, we fought literally for everybody to come over here.
Yeah.
We are not taking any disrespect from anybody.
Oh, no, it's-
And let me tell you the other thing about us. I told you this on another episode too. I said, the thing about us, a lot of people got to understand is this. You can poke the bear all you want, but once we get started, you gonna hope like hell we stop. And that's what's going on now. Man, what's going on with this FB? When is it gonna end? When is the delineation gonna end? It ain't never gonna end.
Yeah.
I can tell you that flat out.
Man,
it ain't never gonna end.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you like this.
But do
Go
you
ahead,
think
go ahead.
FBA is divisive with
No.
the movement?
No. Hold on.
happening
Hold
in
on.
reparations
No,
movement?
not at all. And I'm gonna tell you why. These groups that came over here been divisive before we've been divisive. Ah, okay. They got their own little enclaves and stuff they live in. We don't even bother them. You got the Haitians got their own church. I challenge anybody, y'all. And again, you have individual. Hold on. You have individual stuff. I'm talking about. I like to expand as a group. Okay. You have Haitians in this country that have their own church. Y'all don't go to their churches. Okay. Just saying. Now, what you was about to say? Go ahead.
I just wanted to say, i.e., as we can see with the delineation with the Asians, they wanted to go to Congress, didn't they?
Yes.
To force us to come back
spend
and
money.
pay a store.
So I'm saying, there's a.
I mean, you get what I'm saying?
And see, this is what I'm trying to tell you. This is what I've been telling you last week. But this is what I've been telling her last week. It's a new day, and you have to read the room.
Yeah,
it ain't the same no more. And all it is we're not taking the disrespect anymore. The unity you talking about, and I say the same thing over and over. The only time it's I keep saying the word wrong. Diaspora. War and all this. We ain't got nobody. Only thing we saying is, hey, everybody just go to their neutral corner and just handle your own fight. Y'all can't fight. You know why? Because we always been fighting for you. We ain't doing it no more. So now we just sitting there, we're not bothering anybody. That's the point I keep trying to make. We're not bothering anybody. Fight your own battle. Y'all say y'all been smarter than us. Y'all work harder than us. We been a lady. I'm not even going to say all the doggone negative words y'all say. I'm going to just say one. I'm going to say one. Because this was in a movie. I like to bring out movies.
Right.
This is a movie years ago with my man who played Wesley Snipes. Mm-hmm. Wesley Snipes played in a movie called Sugar Hill.
Yeah.
Check this movie out. In that movie, I love this movie. It was a classic because in that movie it was a drug dealer movie, but they didn't show any drugs. I love this movie. It was a scene in that movie where he was going to do a deal with some Africans. And the Africans say, you know what, we talked it out. We decided we don't want to do a deal with Akata. So man, like what is this? He say, nah, you do your thing. We do our thing. We just don't want to deal with Akata. It's like, okay, well, what the hell is this Akata shit you keep talking about? Right. So dude say, cotton picker. But if you ever seen this movie, that's when Wesley Snipes proceeded to bust this dude over the head. These foreign people have more negative sayings than white supremacists. So, and all it is because we got the same skin, but what they tell you, all skin folk and kinfolk, and that's a hard lesson we're learning. Hey, but we learning a lesson. We learning a lesson. Hey. And I'm telling you, what did I tell you when I said, Slap, I'm gonna tell you, things are going to change in this country concerning how black people deal with other black people, and politics.
I'm gonna be real with you. We didn't even start this. Trump started this shit.
Well, I'll say
no. I'm gonna be real.
Technically, no, it wasn't Trump.
No, it was.
It wasn't Trump. It wasn't Trump. It was Biden.
No, I ain't talking about it on that level. I'm just talking about as far as the disarray with everybody right now. Biden them brought all the immigrants in here.
Biden them brought the immigrants in, but you got to remember, the only reason black Americans started tripping because Biden them they had that war in the Ukraine, and they've had all these people coming in, and they've been giving them our resources. Yeah. And then that's when it started.
What Kamala Harris said, what she said.
Hold on, I do you one better. Hold on, let me tell you exactly what Kamala Harris said. I'm gonna look right in the camera. Kamala Harris said, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I'm only gonna do anything for black people. No, that's why she lost. Flat out.
Hey man, on that note.
You never say that to anybody else.
Yeah.
But
I don't know what type of numbers we're gonna do on this show, but I just feel like this song was on fire. I ain't gonna lie, I like the energy.
But let's be honest. To say this the episode, and again, let me say this last.
Go ahead.
This is, I know you said this last time.
Put that on the shirt.
I know you said this last time, but this is like around our first 100th episode or something.
No, this is like our year anniversary.
Yeah. This is our year anniversary, and we have the sister Angel in here. She joined the cast.
We just gonna say investor.
Okay, Angel investor.
No, don't even give my first. Just
okay, all right. We got the sister Angel in here.
No, Avesta.
Okay, I'm
sorry.
We
get it right on the next.
Okay, we get it right. We got the sister Avesta in here, and we got my brother from another mother in here too. So this one should be good.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a good show.
All right.
Yeah, man.
One day I'm gonna get my brother from another mother.
Both of them like to stay behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? But they're very valuable to the show.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
I love it, bro. I love your engagement. I'm glad you're here today, brother.
Both of y'all.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm glad you're here too. That's right.
Real.
I always love a little some good civil discourse.
Oh, yeah.
Now you
So let's
now
do it.
now you gotta understand too. I'm gonna say this in front of the camera about me because I told you this when I first started. I'm all about Black Americans. I'm fierce about Black Americans. So
Oh no, I believe Black people can do all things but fail.
We have
I
done
am
it.
very much
but we have done it. That's the
pro-Black.
point.
Yeah.
We have done it.
And with a lot of pushback down through the years. Because one of the things I do, you talked about Tulsa, but don't leave out North Carolina, Durham.
That's
Yep.
right. Yeah. We had a lot of them around here. Yes, sir.
And I would venture to say Wilmington was getting there, but the only successful coup in America was in Wilmington, the 1898 Wilmington Massacre,
Okay.
where they killed many Black leaders who were voted in
And see, that's the thing.
But these are
for
what
the first time.
were those the ones they ran from the bank to? Yep. So it's a lot of money that been in the bank.
Man, we're gonna bring all these.
Yeah,
stuff
we
up.
are.
We're gonna have a
We
different
are.
one
We
every
gonna get in on
episode.
it.
Yeah,
We gonna
yeah.
get in
Yes,
on
sir.
it.
Hey, listen, Angel, damn.
Yes.
Vesta,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you. For real.
For joining the show.
Yes.
Like I said, just with this first episode, I already see what you bring in, which I already knew. You know what I'm saying? I already knew the type of brain you had. So, and one day we're gonna get our brother on the show.
My brother from another mother.
Maybe, but he gonna be on his own show.
Yeah, you gonna get him his own.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying?
get your own.
he gonna be
That brother got a lot of wisdom, and I want to get on.
sure.
That's right. So
and coming from a different angle.
that's right.
man.
That's right. That's right.
All angles, man. Ain't no dummies in here, man. Everybody intelligent, wise, and just about being down for their people, man. So, on that note, we appreciate everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. Hey, y'all turning us up on Instagram. Y'all turning us up on Instagram.
Yeah.
Just funnel that over to YouTube. We're just trying to funnel it
Right.
over to YouTube. But hey, man, till the next time, salute.
Great problem facing our nation today in the area of race is that it is the black man who to a large extent produced the wealth of this nation. And the nation doesn't have sense enough to share its wealth and its power with the very people who made it so. And I know what I'm talking about this morning. The black man made America wealthy. That's why I tell you right now, I'm not going anywhere. They can talk, these groups, some people talking about a separate state. Go back to Africa. I love Africa. It's our ancestral home. But I don't know about you. My grandfather and my great-grandfather did too much to build this nation for me to be talking about getting away from it.